Welcome to the final round of the 2021 Highland Open. Let's get ready to see who's going to win. Today we're going to have Joshua Black, Aren Dow, and Nick Reliford. As you can see from the scoreboard, Nick and Aren are all knotted up at -5. Josh Black just a little behind at -3. Hole 1 is 600 foot, par 4, OB on the left, OB on the right. The first shot, you really want a placement shot so you can have a nice clean look at the basket, and let's see what Aren can do. And this looks like a real nice shot. That's definitely a correction from his throw in round 1, and that seemed to be pretty far up there. Should be a nice, easy look at the pin. Nick Reliford. Just bombing out the lefty hyzer. Also a nice correction from his throw on round 1. Round 1, he hugged it a little tighter on the right side, caught the tree, but this time he got a little extra distance. That should be a nice, easy pitch up. And here we have Joshua Black. I have not played with Josh Black before, so I don't know too much of what's in his bag. As this one appears to be flexing out early, and that's going to be across the creek out of bounds. Quickly throws a second, and that just barely works itself out of bounds as well. So quickly, 2 OB strokes for Black on this first hole. But there's a lot of disc golf left. Nice upshot from Aren. Reliford just going hyzer here. If you place your disc properly, then that's certainly a possibility, but that upshot seems to go long. And here Josh is just laying up close to the basket, ending the bleeding. That's fine. Aren for his birdie. Great putt. Yeah, if you watched the first round, Aren was not missing too much inside the circle, so you can almost certainly count those in. And here's Nick. Looks like about the same distance as Aren, just on the other side. And that'll be a birdie for him. So the lead remains tied after the first hole. Josh Black taps out his double bogey. Not what he wanted, but it's only hole 1. We'll see what can happen. Moving on to the low ceiling, hole 2. Again, this is a returning hole. Sidewalk is not out of bounds, but if somehow you turned it over the creek, that would be. As Aren rips one, but catches some trees, and he's just going to be short on that hill. That should par. I don't know that I would run the birdie from there with the steep incline. Let's see what Nick can do. He wanted this to turn, but it did not. Not too much you can do from where he is other than pitch up. And Josh, this looks nice but needs to fade. Gets the nice sidewalk skip. And he might be able to try for the birdie from there. Aren looks like he's going to jump putt this one. But is it a run it jump putt? Either way, that's nice and safe. Nick is quite a bit long. Tries the Annie flick. And that's putting. That'll be a little bit of a tester. Nice bid from Josh, and that stays safe on top of the hill. Nick cleans up his par, longest of the looks, so you can probably expect everyone else is going to clean up as well. A little cleanup for Aren. This is a C tier, so you will find from time to time players will allow other players to tap out rather than force the most out player to putt first. Usually in those situations, that's fine. Usually you should ask first, say, hey, do you mind if I tap out? But these cards were super friendly. I think everyone had a pretty good time. Nice rip from Aren. Again, hole 3, around 650 feet, downhill, a returning hole from the first ever layout. And this is just an iconic hole. It's beautiful. It shapes well. There is danger if you go over the creek on the right. So you want to rip as hard as you can, but you don't want to flip it over. And if you get to the mouth of that tunnel, it should be a pretty straightforward up and down. Aren leaves himself about circle's edge on that upshot. Josh Black. That's just fine. Reliford, about the same spot he was round one, maybe a little farther up. And that's definitely looking at a birdie. All right, so here we have Aren. It was tough where his first shot ended up. He had to kind of hyzer into the gap. No big deal. Cleans up the bird. Reliford determining the black is just a little more out. Gets his birdie. That's what you want to see after a double bogey on the first hole. Just start to turn it around, take a breath, and that's going to be a star birdie on hole 3. Hole 4, shorty island hole. Drop zone to the left if you don't make the island. Very birdieable for these top players. Aren opts to just slide across the OB into the inbounds. That looked pretty good from Nick. Looks like the whole card is basically going putter shots. Just doesn't work quite left enough for Josh. He definitely has a birdie look here, but on a hole like this, you definitely want to put it a little closer. Oh, good bit. Nick, I also thought was a bit closer. Ooh, and an air ball. A little unexpected. He's been putting pretty good so far this tournament. Let's see if Aren can give himself a one-stroke lead. Cash it in. And suddenly, the tie is broken. Aren Dow moves to -8, leaving Nick Reliford at -7. Hole 5, 400 feet, uphill. This is a pull and a half. And Aren, has he turned it over again? Just like round 1, Aren finds himself out of bounds right. Let's see if Nick can correct on round 1, maybe get a stroke back. I'm not a lefty, but I feel like if I was a lefty, I'd try the lefty roller here. But I'm a little kooky. That should be fine. I don't think that'll birdie, but that's definitely a par look. Not sure how much distance Josh has. Haven't really seen him have to do a full pull. That's a nice rip. That's up there. Again, that's a par kind of a look. Maybe a long birdie.
Oh my God. How does it run?
Nick tries to run that with the forehand, leaves it real close. Nice jump up shot. We seem to have missed Aren's, but you can see his disc on the ground there. If you remember from round 1, I did have a free film crew, my teenage daughters. So some shots did get missed. They were not professionals. They did the best they could. We appreciate them. Max and Ripley, thank you. And most of the camera work, I think, is actually pretty good. As we have hole 6, double mando, downhill, straight shot. Let's go, Nick. What a great toss.
Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit short, but I only think it's like 15 short maybe. But that's a short hole. That has a skip.
Josh going the forehand route. I'm a fan of this. Oh, no. And he just barely skips long. If he would have skipped just a couple feet closer, that would have been parked. So we have Aren. Parked at round 1. Another straight putter shot. Oh, and we get a replay. And he put it even closer than in round one. Nick, nothing against your shot. Sometimes the replays depended on how good the camera work of Cam 2 was. No big deal. This game's about to remain tied, so there's no way Aren misses this tap in. Little bonus footage. The act of getting a disc out of the water. Good job, guys. Way to retrieve the disc. Nice use of cone. Hole 7. 240 feet. Downhill. Must get. Little outside for Nick, but that looked fine. Aren, putter shot. Hyzer and in. Parked. Oh, back-to-back replays for Aren. Let's watch this. Okay. Again, maybe not the best camera work in the world, but that is parked. Nice little tree hit to nestle him a little closer than maybe he would have been. I think that would have been pretty close either way. We have Josh. That's a little turned. Oh, he's going to be on the tough side of those trees. He might have some kind of lean around. Nick just going a little long on his putt attempt. I'm guessing we missed some more footage because I see two putters on the ground, so Josh probably just pitched up. Can Nick save the par? Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. But these scores are going to flip-flop some more as Aren's going to find himself in the lead once again. Nice putt. Birdie. Moving on. As Josh takes his par. And we find ourselves on hole 8. This is a pretty tough hole. Left to right. Forehand or Annie. You really can't attack it straight because of the tree that's directly in front of the tee pad. Because the hole slopes downhill, then back up. If you tried to get under the tree, you would just drill it straight into the hill. That looked like a pretty good Annie. I don't think he put it as close as he did round one. Nick, lefty hyzer. That looked a bit sauced. Oh dear. That's fine. That'll be a long look at the basket, but he's on the dance floor. Joshua going big Annie. Burns it a little, though. He'll be playing for par from here. Nice upshot. Nick really liking this forehand upshot today. I don't know if it was the wind or just comfort. But that should be close enough to par. Aren. Going a little long of the basket on that jump putt. He definitely sailed past the basket on his drive. Oh, no. Good attempt from Nick. I believe that was still his birdie attempt, so we're still fine. He's going to tap out, get out of the way. And now, Aren's got to make this putt to keep the lead. Great camera work. Oh, I was wrong. So both Aren and Nick took fours on that hole. Giving Josh the box. He goes this forehand line on the double Mando, hole 9. I like it. I don't think he quite put it close enough for an easy birdie look.
If there was an OB, I'd want.
Aren maintained his lead. He could have gotten an extra stroke on Nick back there. This is a little high. Tree kick. actually kicks him to the right of the Mando. He's going to be going to the drop zone, throwing 3. Reliford chomping at the bit. He parked this round 1. Different disc this time. Flips it up. That looks pretty spicy. That's absolutely down there. Okay. Now Aren knows he's got to put this one as close as possible. Little decision to make. Looks like he's going with his putter. He's been throwing this a lot. Settles nicely. So smooth, Aren Dow, with those putter up shots. Yeah, Josh was short like I thought. Up and down. No big problem. Nick looks like he was flirting with the OB Creek. I don't know if that was a layup or just not a great putt. It happens to all of us. I know I definitely miss putts. Sometimes more than I make them. You know that feels good after the 3-putt on the last hole. Nick's smiling. He's walking away. Aren cleaning up the bogey. We find ourselves tied once again. Thank you for watching the front 9 coverage. Stay tuned because this thing is really heating up. Who knows who could win at this point? The scores are super close. I don't believe anyone from the chase card is really making a very big move. So right now, this is the Nick and Aren show. Stay tuned to find out who will be crowned the champion.